Hi there everyone. I'm down here in a little village here in the southwest of France again in a place called Boussy-sur-Badille, just inside the border of Dordogne, on the edge of the Dordogne. And this very small town here, about, 10 kilometers away from the nearest shop. No shops, no bars, no restaurants. Basically, very little infrastructure. But right here in the middle of it, we've got this magnificent building to serve the local community. So they say. Let me climb up these steps here and have a little look here at some of the... I don't want to zoom in really because I can't see now that the sun has just come out right into my eyes. Nonetheless, there are a few ancient bits cemented into the wall. Where they got them from, whether they're original parts, I don't know. Massive doors, tall enough not to hit your little head going in. Anyway, as I climb back down here, I'm going to take a little look up the side of it. Right down here, from right down here, all the way up to the very back of this building. You're talking 30 feet of a rise from front to back. And I am putting this down as mud flood. And I'm trying to hold the camera as level as possible here. There's no point in me getting too many up closes on it. You can see that it has been patched up as the years have gone by. And closed up some old doors and stuff. Now, let's take a little peek inside. This, if you were to build it today, you'd say $1.5 million, right? And again, it's bare. A few artifacts here and there, but nothing really. Any of the stained glass windows that they had in it are gone, except for these few here at the very back behind the altar. Let me see now if I can just zoom in on them a little bit. Quite a lot of light coming through. But this is quite a large structure. And it obviously had a beautiful rose window, which has been shattered, stolen, smashed, and replaced with just ordinary glass. So, and then on the side windows, no more stained glass. And then there is one little mural up here on the wall, similar to what I saw in the last church. Looks like a dog or a lion or a dog, something halfway between something and something else. It's the only one that's on the wall here. I'm going to walk all the way down here to the back, or to the front, to where that big door we looked at from the outside, sealed shut. You could only get in through the side entrance. And it's huge. Whatever it was, they say it was a church for religious worship. Whatever it was, whether it was a machine or a church or a power station, it's big enough to have to serve a huge community. I mean, now, as I mosey on up outside, you're going to see what kind of community we are living on here. Now, there's a couple of these little guys, some of the original bits that are there still, and Some smashed off. But apart from that, the whole place is bare. If it did have any wealth, if it did have any gold or silver or any of these things, obviously, like I said in the last video, they're hardly going to leave the door open and have all that stuff inside. Hard to know now if that's original or if it was placed in there. Anyway, they brought in a truckload of white paint and painted the entire place. Whoops, now you see, I almost tripped over there. It rises up and it rises up as you get to the back of the church. There's a couple of little things here and there. Different. They look aged. It's hard to tell. As I say, if it had any wealth, it was stripped out. And there's nothing visible now. That must be where the entrance into the tower. We're not going to call it a dome. And brickwork, hard to say. Old, new, 50s, 60s, 70s. Hard to say. A little archway here. It's got a bit of some sort of off-sized brick that you wouldn't see around here right now. And hard to say now whether we've got much original stuff. Yeah, let's take a little peek up here around the altar. Let's have a look at this thing. Yeah. Depicting some Christian event. And you've got a few colourful windows. Whether they're new or old or what, they haven't been smashed. A chandelier. Probably works off the grid. There's a geezer up there looking at me now. Let me take a peek at you and see. Whoops. What you look like. Can't really see very clearly. Anyway, we will mosey on outside and go around the other side of the church. Yeah, it looks like a few original features. Basically not a whole lot. War memorials. Not my thing. And another thing up there, right there in the center. Yeah, hard to say. Anyway, let's sneaky weeky outside here because it's not just the church. The rest of the village appears to have suffered some mud event. And I'm saying like the mud flood hills that are around this area are enormous. It's easy for anyone to say that, you know, it can be part of a place of some ice age or some event. No. Why are these buildings all half buried? Oh, actually, I'm wrong. There's a little restaurant here. Forgot about that. Now, there's some activity going on around here, all right. And there's the back end of the church. Up to the tower. Now, let's take a little mosey up the street here. What are we looking at here on both sides? We rise and we rise. And yeah, can't really say much about that. Everybody says it's their typical cellar. But as I move on up the street here, bonjour. We are sloping and sloping. Beautiful village. And it has this, when you go in, you step down. And then you have a cellar as well. Somebody did say on one of my videos, I mean, my feet made a lot of noise. There we go, more. But here's this place down here I want to walk down to. I'm going to film all the way down. Really, I should switch the camera off and redo it when I get down there. There's not much evidence here. But yeah, the town is built on quite a hill. So it is. Oh, what do we got here? We got a man making some sculptures here, setting them out in his garden. Maybe the church will buy them. They're not the type of thing I would have around my place. Anyway, look what we got here. Beautiful little water feature. I'm told that this is where village ladies would have come down through the centuries to wash their clothes. Every now and again. But look at this beauty of a house here. And I'm telling you, this house has been dug out of the earth. Why would you bury your house so far down like that? And then this is definitely a seriously mud flooded little town. Beautiful. Down you go, down around you go. Look at the roof of that building, where it touches the ground. Yeah, tell me there was no mud flood around here. Okay, now so I'm back up the top of this little hill. I'm going to walk up further. And as I go up, the buildings go deeper into the earth. And they go up. We've got rush hour here. Whoops. Yeah. Sloping and sloping. And these villages are, you see some dates on tops of the houses here from the 1600s into the 1700s and into the 1800s. Things have been destroyed, built back up on, fall apart again, built back up on. But there has to be something going on underground. This looks like a relatively newer building than some of the rest of them, but still, into the ground they go. So, I mean, something went down in a big way in every town and village in this region. And it's not mentioned, it's not spoke about. People down here haven't woke up to it yet. As I said in one of the last videos, I can't tell whether they're blocking videos or whether because people only speak French, they're not picking up what's going on around the rest of the world. And another little pause. Okay, so I've just done a full circle and walked around the town, coming back down again now to past this part of the church. Gonna have a little look over here at what's on the other side of this wall. Okay. We get over here. We drop down. We drop down 10 feet just there to this little cove. And there is one building here I want to take a quick look at. Bonjour. And it's this. And what's happening here? And the different levels that everything is built on. The slopes that they're built on. This place is for sale. And you know, I'm still going with, you know, people building these buildings on a flat surface. The earth coming along afterwards and burying it. Now, I've had a few nice comments from a gentleman on YouTube, a mud flood debunker, Mr. David Lee channel. Well, Mr. Lee, if you were down around here, you're not going to tell me that all of these things are due to natural slopes. Things just slope and people build into the slope. I'm going around the far side of this place. People do not build into a slope. I can understand that you dig foundations, you put retaining walls in. But when you're building structures like this, you don't dig into the earth and remove 5,000 cubic meters of soil so that you can bury your building. No. This mud flood came through here and it had no mercy. I had another comment from a lady saying that I am speculating and that I haven't correctly researched my material here. A lady called Caroline. I don't know what you say, Caroline, I'm speculating on. Am I speculating on this mud flood on these buildings? Or was I speculating on what I said about what these buildings were being used for, and the people who currently occupy them not being the people that built them? I don't think I'm speculating on anything. I mean, if that ain't mud flood evidence, I don't know what it is. And here again, the whole town slopes down into the ground. A couple of kids here. Hi there. Bonjour. And a magnificent little place. Now there is one more building across the way here that we do need to take a look at. And that's it right in front of us. And this is a beauty, an absolute beauty. And again, that's its front that faces the road, right there. Very nice. Now, let's go around and take a look down around the back and see what it's like down here. Okay, and here we go down, and we go down, 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 around the corner, right here, until we are looking up at a magnificent, almost mini chateau. That again, the back of it is 15 or 20 feet below the front of it. Now again, there's another 500,000 back in the 1700s. You're going to build that, and you're going to have someone come along afterwards and cover the whole front of it in mud. Yeah? Well, if I tell you that was my architect back then, he would have been paying a visit to the guillotine straight afterwards, let me tell you. So there we go. The village of Boussier-Badil. Mud flood, France. I'm going to leave it there. There's the bell ringing. Are we looking at Antiquitech up there on the roof? We're looking at something. Okay, talk to you all soon enough.